What is up, guys? We have a, I guess a 10-2 deck profile here because there was 2 events that happened. He went yesterday at the Bandai Card Fest at a 256, and he was able to go X1. And then today he also went X1 as well. So a total of 12 rounds that he played with this particular leader, and he was able to do really well. What is it?
I went 10-2 with Red Yellow Sabo.
And what is your name?
Aaron.
There, Aaron. Okay, so he was able to do it with this Sabo over here. So just an FYI, for those of you guys who don't know what it does, add one of your characters, it costs 7 more, top of your life, face up, and then one of your characters plus 2k until the start of your next turn. Okay, so good for blockers, I'm assuming?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so why this leader over all the other ones coming out of OP-08?
So I feel like Red Yellow Sabo for me, I played it in OP-07, I played it in OP-06. I was originally on Red Purple Luffy, but in OP-05, come OP-06, I felt like he got a little weaker, and I literally just saw this leader, picked him up, watched a couple of videos, saw that he was actually pretty good and had a lot of really good matchups. Played him in OP-06, played him in OP-07, in OP-08 with some of the new cards we got. I felt like a lot of matchups that were like iffy got way easier. So he's a leader that I really don't feel like has his bad matchups are not the tier 1 decks, they're some of the lower tier decks. So he can beat all the tier 1 decks. I don't feel uncomfortable in almost any matchup. So I feel like it gives me the greatest chance of winning.
What was your losses in, I guess it's 256 twice?
Yeah, I lost to a Corona, and then I lost to a Katakuri. Katakuri's probably the hardest matchup.
Okay, so Katakuri was day 1?
Yeah, day 1, and then day 2 was Corona.
Okay, so those aren't even leaders that normally aren't played in the metagame,
yeah,
so I see what you're saying.
Most people don't have them like tier 1, so yeah, those are the worst matchups, that's good.
Would you say you're an expert on Sabo since you're playing it since six?
I would say yeah, probably one of there's you know there's a whole Discord, you know, VV Theory, the YouTuber, he loves cooking with the deck. There's lots of people in the Discord that talk about it, but I would consider myself one of.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of us, so yeah, I guess I would be by default
You've
one
mastered
of.
it. Yeah. Okay, glad. Okay, let's go into the deck profile and see what the public is missing out on here.
So for Red Yellow Sabo, I would break apart the deck into 3 separate packages. There's the Rush package, the Trigger package, and then the KO package.
Got it.
So we'll start with the Rush package, and for that we're going to go 4 Zoros. He's just really low cost, which means you can almost always get him out, and then take advantage of your leader ability to heal a Dawn, and then, or for 1 Dawn to buff the Zoro. So for 3 Dawn, he can swing 7 after you use your leader ability. It's just too good. After that, we go 3 Kidding Killers. And as much as I love this card, because he's a lot of times 4/7, number 1, you don't need him until slightly later into the game. So I do like it maximizing on the Zoros first. And number 2, he's only 1k better than Zoro. So if I have a Zoro and I don't have Kidding Killer, obviously if I had Kidding Killer, it'd be better. But I can still go like 8, 9, whatever numbers I can make with Kidding Killer and everything else, I can make with Zoro -1. So it's not really too bad to only have Zoro and not have Kidding Killer. And then the last of the Rush package is 2 Unblockable Luffy. This a lot of times is your win condition against black, but in general that's, let's see, 9 total Rush, which I do think is about the sweet spot for this. Anywhere from 8 to 10 Rush cards is about what you want. Any more and you'll get bricked up with them. Any less and you just won't see them when you need them. You do need to have a Rush in a lot of matchups. It really helps. But 9 for the Rush package. Then we go into the Trigger package, which starting off, best yellow trigger in the game, Kikanojo. On 3 life, you play her for free. Once she's out, if your opponent has 3 life, if she's ever KO'd, you heal a life. A lot of times that heal just ends the game. Like if I heal at any point with this, it's over. So she's just complete gas. The next trigger is going to be Nekomamushi. Absolutely fantastic trigger. You can play her free just like Kikanojo on 3 life. But a really underlooked and underutilized effect of this is that for 2 Dawn, you can attack active characters. That's actually insane. If you play this on 4, or if you just trigger them out really early, you will pretty much control your opponent's board so easily, because for 2 Dawn, you're swinging 7 at a card that they just played, like an active character, and that's just insane. Against Enel, you can easily starve them out and kill them against Bonnie if you trigger it early. You shouldn't, because they have 5 life, but if you end up doing it, being able to swing at active characters, there's just not a lot that they can do. Anything that they play, it's gone, because I will just swing 10 into you, and then if I need to, I'll heal it away. If you swing it, I have no bodies on board. If you swing at me, it's coming back out, and I'm going after your active character again. So very underutilized effect, but he's absolutely cracked. Cracker is also cracked. I'll put the alt art on front. Yeah, Cracker's cracked too. He's a fantastic option against 5 life leaders, which there are a lot running around in the meta. Getting him out on 4 Dawn, being able to just rip 2 life out, immediately put them down to 3 so that the rest of your triggers are active is huge. The number of times that I win because of this game because I see this guy on my first life, or I see him I just hard play him on 4 really, really early. So much pressure. If my opponent plays a blocker, they give me the blocker the next turn, and they just have nothing on board, and I am going to grind you out of the game because I heal every single turn. So he's one of your only ways to beat Katakuri. That's your hardest matchup. Is seeing him on 4 and hoping they aren't able to pop him. Next up, 2 Sanji, last of the trigger bodies. I just need another body, and having no blockers in a deck does feel bad. Sometimes you're in a board state where it's like, I need a blocker or I lose. And this one, you can also play him for 4, put 2 Dawn on him. So for a 6 Dawn investment, you play him, you heal him to life, and then whenever they swing, he comes out. So he blocks 1 because he's in your life, he blocks 2 because he's a blocker. So that can also swing a lot of games.
Okay.
I don't really have space to go beyond 2. I don't know if I would even if I did, but that's it. And then I think that is for trigger bodies.
You did all the rushes
1,
and
2,
you did all the trigger
6,
bodies.
7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so
trigger bodies.
there's 14 trigger bodies. We do have more trigger bodies for the in the 2K section. But so after that, we got the KO package, which we have the OP-08 Egghead Nami. Apps, this card is so cracked for yellow. I don't know why I don't really think yellow needed something like this. Just a 5 Dawn investment, KO a 5 cost. This deck loves to keep its life high, because then once I get into the late game, if I still have 3 life or 4 life, you're going to be grounded to place. I'm going to outgrind you, I'm going to outvalue you. And this card rewards you if you counter out early, because its effect, you need to be at 3 or less life to redraw, so that you basically get a +1. You carried your opponent's card, you didn't lose a card. So I can counter out early, and then go into my Nami and just control the board from there. Yeah. I can then heal her into life and KO another 5 cost. Things like Dofi are very, very free. Dofi and Boa matchup, very, very free.
Okay.
So absolutely crack card. I don't know why yellow got it, but we did. And then 3 Gadatsu, additional KO. A lot of times this deck goes first, so you go 1 Dawn, 3 Dawn. On 3 Dawn, you usually put the 5 life leaders to 4 life, and then they're on 4 Dawn, they play a 4 cost character. On 5 Dawn, you Gadatsu it, and you play from there. If they cannot remove the Gadatsu, you're going to go like 7-7-7 the next turn. 1 Dawn on Gadatsu, 2 Dawn on leader, and then 3 Dawn for a Zoro. Heal the Gadatsu, 7-7-7, and that's just a ton of pressure.
Oh, cool.
So really, really nice card. Also against like Nami and stuff, it just pops their blockers for free. Establishes a 6K body. 6 is a magic number against Nami if you're playing a rush deck. So that's really good as well.
Good to know.
And then last KO bodies, or no, sorry, we got a couple more. So we've got Bartholomew Kuma. I think Dundo, I think is his name, a YouTuber. He top 32'd, I want to say, with a Sabo at a online regional or online treasure cup. I cannot remember which one, but I saw this and it's just really good. It's on play. KO a 2,000 power or less character, so you can KO Rebecca's, you can KO blocker choppers, you can KO annoying searchers that you don't want to waste a swing at. You can KO Nami's blockers. I can't remember her name, but the one that draws a card, she's 2,000 power. Yeah, so they can't get a bunch of weenie blockers out. That will not work. And especially against black, KOing Rebecca's really good. The only sad thing is that he's a 2 cost, not a 3 cost, so you cannot heal him with Sabo. That sucks. But I don't know. I definitely think Bandai plays favorites with some cards, because this card definitely could have been a 3 cost, and it definitely could have KO'd 3,000 power or less. But and then he's got a trigger where he plays himself for free. Pretty much never comes up, but you know, if the black guy's got a Rebecca down and you hit the life, you can get rid of the Rebecca, and they never expect it, and they're like, oh crap. So good KO card. And then one of the last KO cards, Shanks. A lot of people don't know about this, but this card is crucial in the Bonnie matchup and the Anel matchup. It can come up against Perona. Most other decks you're not going to be able to play it. So I don't like playing 3, because I draw it so many times, and it's like completely dead against Reiju, completely dead against Katakuri, pretty much dead against Dofi. There's so many matchups where it's like you're never going to play this, you're just going to get rid of it the second you can. But then there's other matchups where he will just win you the game. They drop like 9 cost Zoro thinking that like, okay, I got him next game, and it's like, no dude, like that Zoro's gone, 12K body, you're cooked. Like Bonnie, she'll play Dofi, get the Dofi out of here.
One of the 3 removals.
KOs everything on an L, yeah. So really, really crack card, and you can put him into life the following turn if you need to recycle him. And then the last KO card, the 2 Rayleigh, also from OP-08. So we had the Egghead Nami and we had the Rayleigh. Really put this deck over in OP-08 in my opinion. He slows down the board basically. So on play, give -3,000 and -2,000 to 2 characters until the end of your opponent's next turn, and then KO at 3,000 or less. This helps against decks that go wide. Even things like Reiju. Make the EGG 4, make the Porsche 3,
yeah,
and then KO the chopper at 0 power.
Looks like you had it mapped out already.
So helps a lot there. Okay, next we got 2 7-cost Linlands. I'm kind of not sure about this top end, like 2 Shanks, 2 Rayleigh, 2 Linlands. They all kind of do different things, so you may want them on for different reasons, but right now it's good. If you KO their board, if they just don't have a board because you're KO package, and you find yourself on 7 Dawn or 9 Dawn, and they don't really have anything to go after, you don't really want to go after their life yet. She's fantastic, really puts the opponent in a very awkward situation. Crushes the NL matchup, awkward for Bonnie to deal with. And then you can also attack. You can buff her up. She's 10k tilted. A lot of decks can't get around that, so she lives a lot. If you see 2 of them, you can loop them and just put your opponent in an impossible situation. So
yeah, very cool strategy. I like that.
I still think she warrants a spot. Then we get to the 2Ks. These are 4 additional trigger bodies. So we got Satori, just a 2K trigger or 2K counter that triggers himself if you pitch a card. So gotta have them.
Yeah.
4 Frankie, pretty much same thing. But you only get him if he's in the bottom half of your life, so it doesn't come up as much.
Yeah, but you can stack him.
Yeah, when he does come up, he's money.
Yeah.
And then last of the 2K, 10 2Ks.
Oh, only 2. Okay.
Mainly he's here because he's a trigger for Nami, because you have to pitch a trigger. But he can come up, he did come up, and you can also heal him. He has a 3 cost, so for 7 Dawn, you play him and put 4 on him, and you can heal him to life, so.
Yeah, it sounds like a good strategy, for sure.
And then lastly, we've got 2 0-cost events. Only 2. I felt like if I played 3, I'd just brick on it too much. But you do play 19 on counter, so 2's a little low, but it's all we really got room for. Just gets counter out of your hand, and if it's last life, you can sack your opponent, so not bad. But that's it. I'd definitely say, yeah, you got the rush package, the trigger package, the KO package. I think that just having access to all of those makes your deck really, really unique. You can adapt to almost any situation, and I think you can pretty much beat any tier 1 deck. A little iffy on some of the lower end, middle end tier 2 decks, but I think he's in a really good spot in OP-08.
Yeah, I'm glad that you were able to show this list, and hopefully more people will go on to Sabo in the future. All right, well, thank you for the deck profile, and hopefully see you more in the future as, you're the only guy doing this list.
Playing in more tournaments. Yep,
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Peace out.